VB, or Dan, and this is Lallymond's Brewing, hiring a motor home, or RV, travelling Australia, visiting brewers, and brewers can hop on the bus, off the bus, do collaborations, and be interviewed. So why don't you start by, what's your name, what do you do?
My name's Nick Ivey and I am the head brewer of the Atomic Beer Project.
So what's your favourite beer style?
Favourite beer style would have to be just a really good West Coast IPA or like just a really nice, clean, well-rounded lager.
Favourite type of malt?
Munich.
Munich?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What percent?
10 to 20, I reckon. It depends on style though, of course.
Well, what's your favourite beer, or what's your favourite hop?
Favourite hop? I changed my favourite hop like I changed my undies. I'll have to go Mosaic at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, big fan of Mosaic.
It was interesting when I was doing the roadshow with Richard Dubé from Cebu, who was getting almost like clogging up, like kind of like if you have allergies from flowers and stuff.
Yeah, really?
With too much Mosaic, just that particular hop would clog him up, which I thought was really, really interesting.
Like a massive pollen content or something.
Yeah. And what's your favourite yeast? No pressure.
Oh, no pressure. It's got to be. It's got to be Lallymond Belly Saison. American ale yeast. That stuff's an absolute trooper. Old Faithful.
How's the availability of brewing education in Australia right now?
I think it's quite good. There's so many different groups offering stuff for people, whether it's like the state-based TAFEs or alternatively for people that can't get to those or they can't get time off work. There's so much good correspondence material out there as well, like the IBD and things like that, who I've done my education through.
Yeah, sweet. What do you reckon the biggest need in the industry is right now?
A tax break.
We did have a question in there. How's that excise tax?
Yeah, too much. Finance department's going to love me.
What do you reckon the next brewing trend is going to be, the big one? Or since you've got this little brewery starting up, what do you reckon you're going to play with the most?
Well, this little beer project that we've got going on is really inspired by, hop-driven ale. So we're really going to be doing as much experimental stuff with hops, whether it's process or experimental varietals. We're just going to be doing as much as we possibly can with that. And I think, it's been done a lot, but there's still so much area to explore, especially with hop growers coming up with new stuff all the time.
What's the size of the new system?
12 hectolitres.
So that's pretty perfect. So when we do all the research on the yeast that we create, we'll do all the gas chromatograph, all the flavour sensory in-house and the rest of it, but we also send that out to each of our divisions of Lallymond across. We'll send out small samples of that yeast tried to test it and actually get the feedback from the brewers to see what the brewers think of it, rather than us just saying, oh, here's a strain, we think you should use it.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's a perfect size. I'll have to keep you in mind if it's up and running.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even though we're, obviously inspired by hop-driven beers, there's so much fun interrelation between all the different elements. And I want to explore that too as much as I possibly can.
What's your worst brewing mistake?
I once transferred about 50 hectolitres of unfermented wort into a finished beer.
Oh. And was the beer already fully frozen, like fully full to the top?
Yeah. I found out when it came out the PRV.
And it was completely finished, so it wasn't krausen, it wasn't fermenting, or it was just started coming out of the
it was in roux.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was in roux, so like ferment completely done, waiting to get dry hopped.
And how long do you notice? Like, was it coming out the breather?
No. The breather was completely shut up. It was done, waiting to get dry hopped, and it literally sprayed out the PRV like a sprinkler. Don't remind me. It's so horrible. But I learnt, and I never did it again.
I think those mistakes. I mean, the other one we always had, when I was working at Young Henry's, was people taking off the triclover after the valve.
I think one of my colleagues might have a story for you.
So what we started doing is we put zip ties on that triclover, so that you would touch it. We cut it kind of half on where you cut the zip tie off, so it would spike you and you would realise stop what you're doing. Because like sometimes you're fatigued, sometimes it's long days brewing, so it was just like an extra little safety measure we had. And the thing with that is always opening the valve to put it back on, right? Don't try and put the valve back on closed.
Exactly. It's like in the Brewer's 10 Commandments.
And what do you think everyone's doing right or wrong in the industry?
I think something that everyone's doing right is there seems to be a really good commitment to improvement and improving quality systems. And I think that's fantastic because it's the only way that we're going to grow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was pretty it. That was the first one.
Nice. That was the very first one?
That was the very first one, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, all we tested today was Owen and I trying to work out all the equipment and driving around.
Yeah, righto.
But I think it's going to work pretty well. So we'll upload it to we'll let you see it, of course, and then we'll upload it to one of the social medias.
Yeah,
I think it went pretty well. There's a lot of laughs in there. So what I'll do is try and pull over somewhere safely.
Yep, I can find you a spot. This side straight will be all right.
Just doing tough laps in the RV.
Yeah, just doing manies.
Look, there's a glove.
Oh,
there's a lab glove.
Someone's been doing their IBU testing.
Is that car that was beeping me still there? No, it's around there.
I don't think so. No,
All right.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Cheers, bro.